Hi there you guys, RoolNoss here. Welcome to my channel again. Hope you guys are doing well. Well, last time we were talking about ruling theory and more specifically ruling second intervals. This time we're going to talk about a very important, in my humble opinion, interval which defines most of the times, if not all of the times, chords, arpeggios, scales, and many things in music theory and the music that we play in our electric guitars and in general, which is the third intervals. So just let me make a small recap and say that an interval measures the distance between two notes. So in other words, interval is the distance between two notes. For this instance, the distance between notes, if we take for example C and we want to find its third interval, regardless if it's a major or minor interval, because second and third intervals are two different categories, minor and major. But regardless of that, if we want to find the third interval of C, we have to measure from C. It's going to be C, D, E. So we're talking about E interval if we're talking with root of C. And I'm using this example because last time I was using this example to demonstrate you second intervals are root C. So now we have the third interval, and we have C, D, E. So our third interval is E. So now that we found which is the third interval in general, a generic interval of C with root C, now we have to separate them into minor and major intervals. Okay, as with second intervals, let's see minor third interval. Minor third interval is one that involves one whole step and a half in order to reach the third. So let me demonstrate this to you to see how it sounds. As we said before, we have our C root. Here, let's this time take on the 6th string of and the 8th fret. Here we have our C. If we want to go to our second, major second, we have to go to D, as we saw in our previous video. Now, which is, one whole step, a major second, okay? So now, if we want to go to our minor third, we have to half step, and we go to E flat. So if we want to go straight from C to E, minor third, we have to go from C to E flat, and we have now, if we want to go to our major third, we go from C to E, because a major third interval is the one that involves two whole tones. Alright, so let's demonstrate it and hear how it sounds. We go from C to D, which is one whole tone. Alright. And then another whole tone is from D to E. So now we have two whole tones and we have a major third interval. So if we're going to go straight from C to E, it sounds like this. And let me do a comparison between the two by playing first the minor third interval and then the major third interval from C to E flat and C to E. Minor third, major third. Let me do a recap this time also for my major and minor third intervals. Okay, so for minor third intervals, we have one whole tone and a half tone. If we go from our root to our third, if we want to go from our root to our major third, we have two whole tones. For example that we did here on this episode today, we did from C to E because we count C, D, E. So it's E is our third note, and that's where I'm gonna count the intervals from C to E. And if it's a major interval, then it's C to E. If it's a minor interval, it's from C to E flat, because in either way we want either one whole tone and a half tone, or for the major one we want two whole tones. So that was, guys, for me for today. If you like this video, hit the like button, of course, and I'm gonna see you next time with our next interval. It's gonna be the fourths. So stay tuned for more, guys. Peace.